Hey, everybody.
And we're live.
We are live. What's going on?
Welcome to Tone Wars. This is Jared and I'm Carrie.
What's going on?
Happy Sunday evening.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. We got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight and a couple things to demonstrate for you guys that I thought were really cool while we were at Motor City today.
Yeah.
And
some really cool things happened while we were at Motor City.
Yes, some really cool things happened. And we want to make some announcements about
Yeah.
that. But first, I mean, you haven't been on since New Year's, so you
Right.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year's, everybody. I know. I wanted to be here New Year's Day, but it did not work out.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
all right.
Yeah,
Here
get
now.
some background noise here. Let me...
Getting some background noise?
That's a little better. Yeah, it's the amp. Yeah, it's picking it up, yeah. But,
Well, we tried something new tonight.
Yeah.
We veered from our typical whiskey. I had never had this before, Elijah Craig, small batch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's nothing expensive. It's just regular. I've probably had it in mixed drinks before, but we decided to try it straight up.
So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Cheers.
First time. Cheers.
All right, here we go. It's actually really good.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's not like knock your socks off, but it's also doesn't make me want to spit it up.
Yeah, I think it's a good, straightforward whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, just adjusting my ears, my in-ears here. Yeah, it's a really good, bold.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
No.
I mean, there's a bit of a burn, but it doesn't
That's what you want.
Make you wish you hadn't swallowed
Well,
it.
there's a difference between a sting and a burn.
Right.
I want the burn, not the sting. So, yeah, the burn is good.
Let's say hi to a couple people, too.
Yeah.
We got Vox Pathfinder. What's
Hey,
the
what's
show
up?
about tonight? You'll find out in a second.
Yeah, we got some good stuff to tell you guys. We got a couple announcements to make. I'm demoing the Abasi Pathos pedal along with the Highwind Amplification Dire Wolf overdrive with it. I'm going to do it in probably 3 mixes, and so we're doing that. And then what else we got?
Viewer comments.
Viewer comments. And what else?
And then just our announcements.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
chatting.
yep.
So let's see. Ben Burnett. Hey, Ben. Good to see your name pop up there. We have Aaron Lucas in the house.
He said, "Don't play this show at AA."
Right. Right.
Probably not be a good idea.
Helix Banana. Happy New Year.
Hey,
Tito
what's up,
Biscuit.
Darren?
Tito Biscuit.
Tito. What's up, you wanker? What's going on, man? Oh, man.
And Jeremy Armstrong. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, what's going on, man? Darren, message me your address and shirt size again. It's so deep in our messages, I can't find it. So please send that over, and I'll send that stuff out. Hey, Matt Force.
Matt Force.
What's up, man? He was with us at Motor City today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. So
Thank you so much for your help.
yes, thank you so much, Matt, for all your help. Matt's a great guy. Go to Motor City Guitar. Seriously, if you guys need stuff, they will mail all over the country here in the U.S. They have the best prices, the best service, the best people working there. They're amazing. Every time we go in there, we're super happy to be there, and we're treated well, and so is everybody else. And they've been great to the show, which really, like, indirectly, they've been great to you guys, too, because, I mean, because they've been
For
so
helping
good.
us out. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've been helping us out so much with things to demonstrate for you guys. You guys are benefiting from that as well, so please support that store, and let's keep this nice symbiotic relationship going. Yeah.
Word of the day.
It's a big word.
It's a big word for you.
So keep it going and support that store because they're really helping the community out here, locally and on our YouTube channel, so that you guys can see great gear demonstrated on here. So we have some. You want to go with the announcements?
We can.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one more person. Let's say hi to Derek. He's the Derek Merrill.
Oh.
I didn't want to leave him out. I said
What's
hi
up,
to everybody
buddy?
else and not him. So hey.
Cheers, man. Thanks for being here.
So announcements.
Mm-hmm.
Dun da da da. So let's see. This coming Wednesday night for Jared's live interactive gear review.
We have something covered up here that we're going to reveal.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want me to say it first, or do you want to reveal
Let's
it?
reveal it. Let's just reveal it. It
All right, you
speaks
got
for
some.
itself.
Bow, bow, bow.
That's not really a drum roll, but
Oh, well, I went with the revealing part. I went with revealing. That
when
sounds more like meow, meow,
when the pizza guy shows up with your pizza with extra anchovies.
Yes. Hey, anchovies. Ugh.
All right, so here is what we will be demoing live, thanks to Motor City Guitar, on the channel this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, man, I'm going to do the slow reveal. Yeah.
Yeah, if you pull it off, it might go flying.
Oh, no, it's too heavy for that. Oh, snap! Look
there
at
it
that.
is. It's the PB Invective.
The Invective 120. And Matt was nice enough to give me the pedal so I could demonstrate the control switcher, the pedal with it and everything. But, man, I can't wait to demo this. Misha Mansour himself played on this when he did a demonstration at Motor City Guitar.
Yeah.
So it's got some of his mojo in it still, and I can't wait to do a full-blown demo of this beast of an amplifier for you guys on Wednesday night. That's what Wednesday night's going to be all about. So what's our next announcement?
And then
our
the next
biggie.
announcement.
This is our biggie.
This was something else really cool that happened at Motor City today.
Yes.
We were there to pick up the things that one of the things that we were going to demo tonight, and to pick something out for Wednesday. And we just happened to be talking to Matt and to the owner Marty, and well, I'll let you take over because it's super special for you.
So Marty's like, when are you gonna demonstrate some of the new Majesty guitars that we have in stock? And I'm like,
what?
I'm like, I didn't want to ask because it's kind of a big ask. Yeah. So I was just like, and then we got to talking, and he was just like, what you should do is take that his JP Mark II C Plus home while you're doing it. And I'm like, why don't we just have a Petrucci night?
Petrucci night.
Yeah, so we're gonna have, and within about 2 to 3 weeks, I'll announce announce it obviously, but so keep your eyes open in the community section because I'll be making that announcement of when. But we're gonna do a full blown Petrucci night because I have 3 of Petrucci's guitars.
Right.
So I'm gonna put these guys, that I have, the Monarchy series. And then I'm going to put them, not up against, but we're going to compare them to the newer guitars that are come out with different pickups and, different woods and stuff like that. And let's see how different they sound.
Yeah.
I think that would be really freaking cool. So I'm going to have his guitars, his amps, his amp, and some of his pedals. And we're just going to do a full-blown...
His newer guitars.
Yes, his newest, latest, greatest guitars. And so we can compare them to the ones that I have now, which are also amazing.
Still.
So thanks to Motor City Guitar, you guys get to enjoy that with us. We get to have a killer night on that. It will be on a Wednesday night. Hopefully you could show up to that one. You'll probably be seated way back there because it'll all be guitars. But
thanks.
You'll be like, hey. But yeah, it's going to be a great night. It really is. We're going to celebrate John Petrucci and all of his gear.
We're going to have, what is his whiskey that he likes or his drink?
Well, he likes bourbon, so we'll just have some bourbon that night.
Bourbon and chocolate cake, right?
Well, maybe. Yeah, his guitar tone is compared to chocolate cake. So, and T-Rex, but there's no T-Rexes to hunt down and make steaks out of, so we can't have T-Rex steaks.
We could have our friend Dave bring his T-Rex costume over, though.
Yes, it's true. We could definitely do that.
Let's see if we've got some comments. We have lots of people saying hi.
Awesome.
Dave Seymour, hi Dave.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Jason Taylor, howdy. Paul Smith is here as
Paul.
well.
What's going on?
Let's see, Ben Burnett. Above link is for MT15 PRS amp at Motor City.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I posted, and just so you guys know, too, Motor City Guitar's web address is in the description of this tonight's show. So if you ever want to go there, that's a great link to they sell new and used gear. They always have the latest stuff in stock. So go there and shop around, so definitely do that. So how many people we got here?
17.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much all for joining us. I didn't even share this in any groups tonight. I just kind of put it on my page because
people will follow you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is I don't want to overdo the group sharing thing because sometimes they're like, "Oh, you're spamming us." So
boot you out. Yeah. Aaron Lucas says it'd be cool to also see you jam on other guitars like the Fender Ultraline or the new Gibson releases.
But
He'll be okay.
sorry,
okay.
that was a legit cough. Yeah, the Gibsons. I could check them out.
Look at him.
No, I should probably try out some different guitars and stuff.
I know of a black sparkly one that.
Yeah, I know. It's an acoustic one that she's got her eye on at the store. Sparkles. Yeah.
It looks like the midnight sky.
Yeah, kind of does. But yeah, so I mean, it's weird because a lot of these guitars, once you get used to these, it's hard. Whenever I play another guitar, I'm always like, wow, this feels so unique because these are very, well, they're very unique guitars, and there's no heel joint, so it's a neck through, body, so it's just you have access to all the frets easily, and it's just so. Whenever I pick up another guitar, I'm like, what's this big hump back here? And what's it's so odd to me. So, but yeah, I'll be open-minded for that.
Aaron called you a chicken.
Bok, bok.
All right, Jim Siebens here.
Hey, what's up, Jim? What's
and
happening?
Then Gravel Rocks and Bucket is My God. Didn't you meet
Hey, what's
him
going
this
on?
week?
Yes, I did meet Bucket is My God this week.
That was kind of a special moment.
Yeah, that was actually. Let me tell that story real quick. So.
What you doing?
I'm just looking here. I'm looking at the some of the comments. I met Brent this weekend, and I was was it just the other day? I was at Motor City, and I was dropping off the amps that I used
Friday.
for. Was it Thursday or Friday?
It was Friday. You called me right before I was getting out of work.
Oh, that's right. So, and I'm standing at the counter returning my amps and stuff that I used for Wednesday's episode, and in walks this guy, and he's like, yeah, I'm here to pick up the PRS MT-15, and he kind of looks at me, and he's like, oh, and I'm buying it because of this guy.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
And you know what? He mentioned it today. Marty mentioned it when we were there today. He's like, what a coincidence is that?
It was almost like we called before and planned it, but we didn't. That was my first time legitimately meeting Brent.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was great meeting you.
You know what? If you guys do go to Motor City, please tell them that you're there because of Tone Wars.
Yeah, if you're buying something that you saw on our show. We want it to be legit.
Don't be a turd. If you're going to be a turd, don't tell them you're from Tone Wars.
But yeah, if you're really legitimately buying stuff because of the show, we want you to tell them so that we can make sure that they're. I want them to know that this is beneficial for everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they need everybody needs to have that nice proof every once in a while that what they're doing is working. And it's a great sign. So I enjoyed talking to Brent, and we had a nice conversation about half hour there. And cool guy, really cool guy, hardworking dude, crane operator. He works hard and he loves his job, and you know what? I would too. Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, you should take her to work with you sometime. Let her operate a crane. She loves the heavy equipment thing and getting in, and she's like digs dirt and stuff, so she likes doing that. But if you do let her operate the crane, make sure there's nothing.
Nobody around that I can hurt. Yeah. No, a couple years ago, I worked for Tamarack Camp. So it was a summer outdoor adventure, summer camp kind of a thing. And they owned some heavy equipment. I don't know. It was a backhoe, and then I guess it was a bulldozer, the one with the thing in the front. And I mentioned to my boss that it had been a dream of mine. It's on my bucket list to be able to dig a hole with a giant piece of machinery. And he's like, I think I can put that together for you. So around my birthday, he had a couple guys from the maintenance team take me out to the sand hill. Yeah, I filmed it. I put it on Facebook, and it was the coolest thing. I got to dig a huge hole and push some dirt around, and it was a blast.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I feel like around Pennsylvania, there's an amusement park with that stuff that you can go to.
You should spend a whole weekend out there. You'd probably be like that toddler that doesn't want to leave the playground when it's time to go.
Bucket is my God, says I'm smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, she would totally like that. That would be a a dream day for her. Just like I said, make sure there's nothing around, like a whole 360
Move the cars, move the people.
Yeah, nothing.
Right. Well, you want to do viewer comments?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, well, let me pull them up.
And then after that, we will do, some demos of these really cool pedals. One pedal is from Motor City Guitar. That's the Pathos by Tosin Abasi. And then my friend, shout out to Mike, Mike Hasty from Walls of Jericho, for allowing me to take the Dire Wolf home and do a demo with it. So I figured I'd do it tonight and live stream.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that when I do all that stuff.
Right.
I'll play them in mixes and by themselves.
Sure.
So go ahead.
All right. So our first viewer comment. These are from the last week or two of shows. This one has to do with the MT-15 and Kemper. It says, from Rob Hansen, the moment I saw Ola Englund demo the Mark, it said Mark 525, but you said Mark 4
It was a
maybe.
Mark 5, yeah.
Okay, years ago, I watched that clip countless times knowing I will someday get one. Seeing your reaction certainly makes me re-gas about it. After having the MT-15 and now to the Kemper, I don't think I'll stray, but if I do, I'm definitely going for a 35 head.
Yeah, that thing was a riot to play. I really want to thank Jim Sieben for letting me use that for last week's episode. The Mark series amplifiers they're special. There's just something very unique about them. And when you push them properly with a good overdrive and you balance out the gain structure between the two units and use the EQ properly, man, those amps, there's a learning curve to them.
Yeah.
They're not your typical amp where you just turn 4 knobs and you got your tone. I mean, there's a little more to them, but it's all real legit stuff.
Yeah.
As far as what you're doing to the amp, because they actually allow you to have a pre and post gain, like EQ settings on it, almost like you got a mastering setting out with that post EQ. And man, that amp just slams so hard. It's pretty rare when I get that kind of reaction out of playing an amp where I feel like, wow, what the hell just happened to me? I mean, it was an amazing experience getting to know that amplifier. So, yeah, the 35 I think is the happy medium. Like the 25 was killer. But, obviously the 120 or the 100 watt or whatever is, it's very expensive. So the 35 is like for guys who just like, I want the 25, but man, that 35, just a little more, I'll just get that. So, I mean, they're all good, all three of them.
They're calling you guitar snobs. You're a guitar snob. I think Dave Seymour says he thinks you liked his standard. And then...
yeah, I did. Oh, man, that thing played like a dream. Yeah, there's a picture of me on Facebook playing that. Yeah, Dave, you're right. I remember now. That thing, the action on that thing is beautiful. Yeah. Man, that thing practically plays itself. I wouldn't... If that's the... If that's how his guitar is an example of what those are, then I would definitely play.
And
those.
then Aaron Lucas came back with, I knew the Hello Kitty guitar line wasn't going to happen, so I figured I'd pitch the Fender or Gibson idea.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing some of those guitars. The thing is, even with the Fender, one of these days I should probably get a Fender just to have, because they're nice to have for that, the cleans. You can't beat a Fender clean. And even some of like the bluesy distorted tones are actually pretty good on them. I don't play like that, but maybe I should get one so I can add some of those.
Put something in your repertoire.
Yeah, something in my repertoire.
Let's see. Gravel Rocks waiting on the MT-100. I hope they make it 3 channels, and he's all in.
Oh yeah, I think they have to, right? I mean, if you don't make that amp 3 channels with MIDI switching in it or MIDI control. They're nuts, Yep. So PRS, you can't let us down. I mean, I think there should be 2 gain channels like that. You can use one for dialed in for rhythm, one for lead, and then have a killer clean channel. And with all the MIDI controls and if they don't do that, they're crazy. It would be a shame if there was a 2-channel, 100 watt version of that amp. It would still be awesome, but it would be like, why did you forget that? So, yeah.
All right, next viewer comment. I believe this was on all of your mini amps. This was on that episode. Wow, great demo and excellent video. It's from, by the way, David Campos, C-A-M-P-O-S, Campos. Great demo and excellent video. Just watch the entire thing. Cheers to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much for doing it. Do you think the Amp 1 Iridium is in the same league as these? Trying to choose what's best for me, and you just make everything sound great, so I can't do it.
Well, thank you very much. So he's wondering if the Amp 1 Iridium is in the same league as all of the mini amps that I just demoed.
Yeah.
That's a very
tough question.
Yeah, it's a very good and tough question. I think the Amp 1 Iridium is very good. I really like it a lot. I'll put it to you this way: if I
just play it straight.
Yeah, well, if I was going to a show and like they were setting up my back line and they were like, well, we have these two options for you. You got the Amp 1 Iridium, and then you have like the MT15. I'd pick the MT15. I really would, because there's just something about the big tubes and all that kind of stuff that just gives you that full-blown, very full, rounded out, like have everything sound, as opposed to the nanotube technology. I think that I'll put it to you this way: if I had to do a fly date, and I just couldn't fit my, let's say my MT on the plane, and I had to take the Iridium, I would be happy to take that. I wouldn't go and do the gig and go, oh man, I'm so bummed out. I wish I had my MT or my EVH or whatever. I would be super happy with it, because it does, especially for its size and the price and all that, it does sound very good. But I think that if you gig a lot, I think you should have both. Because there's going to be nights where you're like, man, I'm going to travel light tonight, and you're going to bring it, and you'll be glad you have it, and you're not going to be bummed out for using it. It's a great piece of gear. It really is. I hope that answers the question. Did I answer the question?
He wanted to know if it was in the same class as the ones that you demoed.
I'd say it's better than the orange. It
well,
is.
I guess that's why it's a tough question, because you didn't think they were all in the same class.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So I'll put it to you that way. Like, it's better than the orange, for sure. I would pick that over the orange 8 days a week. Nothing against the orange, but it's just for me and what I do. I would definitely pick the Iridium over that. The rest of them, it's close to the EVH, or not the EVH, but the 6505 and the EVH probably. Pretty close to those, but the Mark 525, that thing's in a league all on its own, and the MT15 is definitely a tier above it. But again, it's a fantastic product. It really is, especially if you have to travel light.
Good. Aaron went back to we're talking about guitars. He said the Fender Ultra has a recessed heel joint. So I know that's important too.
Yes, that is very important to me. I hate speed bumps.
And then Helix Banana wants to know what's up with my shirt. He says, are you going to the disco after the show?
Yeah, send me your address again and your shirt size.
No, my shirt.
Oh, your shirt. Oh. Well, yeah, maybe she is going to the disco. I don't know.
If we drink enough whiskey, it's always a party here.
It kind of is, isn't it? Yeah, are there any discos open tonight?
Right. Let's see. The Doug and Pat show just did a show about the Kemper, and they like it. That was from Vox Pathfinder.
Oh, cool.
Aaron Lucas, have you used your Kemper to profile any of the new amps you have demoed?
It's a great question. I want to really bad, but I've never profiled anything with it yet, and I gotta figure out how to do that. I should do an episode about profiling and just especially for a guy like me who doesn't have all the outboard gear and stuff like that. If I just did it like the poor man's profile style, and if it really does work, or if you need to enhance it with a bunch of preamps and stuff like that, I just want to see how close I can get it. It's a good idea.
Scott Schultz is here.
Hey, what's up, Scott?
Gravel Rock says Digitech drop tune pedal is priceless.
Oh yeah, they are good. That thing got me through a lot of gigs. I will say, though, that in the studio, I would definitely tune my guitar differently, because that was one thing I noticed in the studio, that it does round off the highs on your tone. It dulls it down, especially on your cleans. You really notice it. So we had to enhance the cleans on While I Bleed because I actually used the drop tune pedal on that, and we had to do that, and he had to add some EQ back in. But I mean, for a live situation, yeah, use it because it's either that or bring 4 or 5 guitars, right? And if you got to travel light, that's what I mean.
Or travel quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's get off the stage quick and all that.
Get off the stage.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. That's why a lot of these. That's something that people have to keep in mind with all the smaller gear, like the donut. I call it the donut tire gear. You know what I mean? Like when you get a flat, you're just grateful. You got
I was like the donut tire.
Yeah. You're grateful you got the donut tire in the car because it'll get you home. It's not meant to drive for weeks and weeks on. So you're grateful you have it for those scenarios, but you prefer your real tires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how you got to treat some of the smaller gear. Is it's not as good, but it's good enough to get you where you need to go.
What was Helix Banana's name?
Oh, that's Darren.
Darren. He lives in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. All I see on Facebook is about how many animals have died in the fires, and the fires are consuming. I think 24 people, but like thousands and thousands of animals. How is it? Can you put a little update? How are you guys? Is it affecting you? And
please do.
And stuff. We're
scary.
so sorry. You guys have been in my thoughts and prayers, and
that's
I
scary.
do. I think of you every time I see it. I'm like, Jared, message him.
I did. I messaged him the other day. We talked about it. Yeah. He's far away from it, but I'm sure that he's close enough where he hears about things.
Bucket List is my god said, I bought all the Synergy stuff you use on credit on Reverb. Damn you, Jared. Don't drink and shop. No, drinking and shopping is how you do it.
Yeah, she's the expert.
I'm the expert. And if he drinks while we shop, it goes even better.
It does. It feels amazing. You should see her shoe collection.
Right?
Yeah, it's like crazy, man. You think I got gear? Holy crap.
Let's see.
Pay more shoe source over here.
Shush up. Oh, I scrolled too far. Let's see. There it is. Scott says my buddy Matt Fig might be willing to help profile some of those.
Dude, that'd be fun. I would like to do that because I just want to see what it's like. You know what I mean? I just want to see once, for what it's like to do.
Dave Seymour says they use the drop pedal for half their set.
Yeah, it does really come in handy. Dave, do you use it in the studio, or do you tune your guitars in the studio for whatever tunings that you need? I found personally that tuning the guitars, that's why I had to buy more guitars. Gosh darn. Yeah, because I wanted guitars for each tuning. Like this is standard tuning 7-string.
Yeah.
My purple one is a half step down, but dropped a whole step, whatever that is. Drop G sharp or whatever.
What's your favorite?
Or drop A, I don't know, whatever. It's half step down, dropped. And then my JP15 is dropped a whole step down with drop tuning. And then my Majesty, the maroon one, the 6-string, that's tuned to C sharp standard. So I had to do it, it's just the way it is.
He had to.
I had to.
He had to.
Yep.
Gravel Rock says, thanks for the personal messages. Always up for gear talk. He's a gearhead.
Yes, absolutely.
Scott Schultz, box, there is more to it than just the mechanics. That's why I've never done it. I think I missed something. Maybe he's replying to something else. Helix Banana says it's big fires. It's closer now, and it's big. It's all over the country.
Ooh.
It's been burning for a month.
Oh my gosh, man, that's awful.
Yeah, I saw on the news that we're sending firefighters, or some of our, I don't know if we're sending them, but some American firefighters are.
Jeez, I thought our California fires were bad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's everywhere now.
Wow. Is this a common thing, or does this happen a lot, or is this just?
Well, just so you know, if you need to get out, you can come here. We got a place for you and your family.
Welcome to stay here, man. You wanker.
Right. Paul Smith, I use the temperature drop tune on a few songs. Yes. Aaron Short, hi everyone. 1 week to NAMM, should hear some leaks this week.
Yeah, if I
We're
hear
not
leaks,
going to speak about NAMM.
Yeah, because we can't go. but
it's the show that shall not be named.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for rubbing it in, though.
2 of them.
Yeah, you get 2. Yeah, but we'll talk about leaks if we hear anything.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
The drop pedal, let's see, Helix Banana. The drop pedal I use and love, but it's not the same as having a different guitar detune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It takes some of your tone out. I mean, it does do a really good job. The tracking is really good on it, but it's just something about it, that sucks your tone out a little bit. You won't notice it as much on your distorted tones,
Yeah.
but on your cleans, it's like night and day. It's very noticeable. But it is what it is. Like I said, it's a donut tire. It's a really good donut tire. But when I bought my other guitars and tuned them appropriately, I was like, oh wow, big difference.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I noticed on the Kemper. Because Paul brought up the Kemper. The Kemper drop tuner does the detuner or whatever on it does work really good, but I can feel the latency in it. Sometimes I can definitely feel there's something weird going on, and once you feel it and hear it,
feel it. Your singer can feel it.
yeah. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. As soon as it's like it becomes known to you, you're like, oh man, now you always hear it. So it's just one of those things with me.
Well, let's see. The next comment comes from Gerald Elzebray. What's up, brother? Fan of the channel. Have a question. I saw a few months back you did a review of the PV Invective MH
The mini.
20 watt. Yep.
Yeah.
And now the PRS MT15. Did you like one more than the other? If so, why? Stuck on which one to purchase?
Yes. And I think I messaged him that we were gonna use his comment tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So hello, first of all, thank you. And boy, I tell you, that's a tough one. I like them both very much.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember if the Invective had MIDI capability on it. There is a workaround with the MT15. You got to use the Voodoo Lab, control switcher, which is worth it because it switches everything. But they're both very, very good. She really loved the Invective Mini. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying
a lot of them stand out to me. But,
that one did. That and the Rev stood out to you.
So are they similar, by the way?
Not really.
Well, I guess they're 2 different animals.
Yeah, they're 2 different animals. Same side of the forest, different animals. But I think I have to say I slightly prefer the MT15 because it sounds bigger to me.
And it's lighter.
He's talking about the Mini, so it might be about the same. Yeah. But I like the MT15. I think it just has that gain structure that I prefer. It's not as round. It's grittier. And I just think it sounds bigger, But I think if you went with either one, you'd be fine. But I did slightly prefer the MT15.
Let's see. Nope, nothing there. Okay. Next comment. Viewer comments. Andrew Stone Rock. I play metal. Hey, Andrew. I play metal too, but if I'm boosting an amp, then the gain on the amp isn't going above 11 o'clock. That's just how I run it. That's how we do it in the studio I work at. That's how we do it in the studio that I work at too. Professional preference, edit, unless it's a rectifier. Then I'll go to 1 o'clock on the preamp gain.
Yeah, I mean, in a studio, everything's different because because here's the thing that everybody has to remember, and I appreciate the comment. Thank you.
Thanks,
in a studio, everything's different because you're double tracking, number one.
Yeah.
So when you double track guitars, the lower the gain, to a certain degree anyways, is better because when you're double tracking and you got really overly saturated guitars, it just sounds like a big mess. So the double tracking makes up for that less gain because now you got 2 high gain channels going, alongside each other and being panned out, and now you got technically, you got twice the gain because you got, an amp set at 5 here and an amp set at 5 there. So I mean, I know it's not twice the gain, but in a way, you're adding more stuff, more tracks. So, and some people quad track and do triple tracks. So yeah, obviously in a studio you want the gain lower. You just do because you're double or quad tracking. Live, you're filling a venue full of your tone, and the other thing you got to keep in mind too is when people are, engineers are mixing albums. they're reamping guitars and they're turning a knob on a Kemper or even an amp or whatever. They're not playing it though, because they're taking that DI track the guitar player played already and reamping it, and that takes out all the feel aspects. So the guitar player is not playing anymore. He already played his part, so now we're reamping a recorded DI track. So it's completely different. You're taking the guitar player out of the equation. So obviously you're going to have lower gain, and the guitar player's not going to complain about it because he's not even in the room probably when you're doing this. So, but he would not play live with that. You know, a studio is a completely different place than a live venue or even a practice room for, you know, for that kind of situation. That's why, and I'm doing an episode about this soon.
Dave Seymour says, we did not tune down everything on the record, in C is the drop.
Oh, okay, cool.
Aaron Lucas, Electro Harmonix Pitchfork is almost better than the drop. It allows you to raise tuning up or down. The capo setting on the Kemper also allows that.
Oh, interesting.
Gravel Rocks is going in the studio in January to start recording a new live album. Of the many apps I have, it's narrowed down to the GM40 or the MT15. Still trying to decide.
The GM40.
That's what it says.
What's a GM40?
Helix Banana, the drop battle he has to take to every fill-in gig he does. There's absolutely a latency issue, but it is the best option to get you out of a jam.
It is. It's a great donut tire. Like I said, it really is.
Caleb Nettles is here. Hey, man.
What's up, Caleb? He was on one of our episodes.
Yeah, he said keep up the awesome content. He also said he's going to NAMM.
Hey.
So let me know if there's anything specific you want him to check out or questions. Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. We will. I'll message you.
I hope you have the best time.
No, I hope you have a terrible time because we can't go.
Oh, I hope it sucks.
No, I'm kidding.
No, send pictures and all that. And Jared will definitely let you know.
Yeah, I want you to take a look at the Kemper cab. Let me know if that is actually being released this year.
Oh, the Kemper cab. Yeah. There you go.
Yep, because I'm curious about that. They've been teasing us with that for like 3 years now, I think. So
yeah,
I think it's time they put out.
Caleb's sister does my hair.
Oh, that's
Heather
right.
Heather is Caleb's sister.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Let's see. Bucket is my list. i.e. the Friedman HBE module. Oh, the Friedman HBE module.
Oh, he got it or he needs it?
He says i.e. the Friedman HBE model. Bucket is my guide. Weren't you asking? Oh, what do you like about the Synergy slow module over any of the other Synergy modules, i.e. the Friedman HBE module?
Oh, the slow is just a full-blown, like, all-you-can-eat buffet of a module. It just has everything. It's there's nothing to not like about it. It's just a great, straightforward. If you want fat tone, it's got it. If you want something aggressive, it's got it. If you want metal, it's got it. If you want hard rock, classic rock, it's got it. And it does all of that stuff very well. You know, it's basically MacGyver's little red knife of tones. You know, it's awesome. You know, I mean, I have multiple modules because I like all the different flavors that I get from. Like the Camera Rock is amazing, you know. And the Angel, you know, I like those. The Diesel, if you want a really fat, huge tone. I mean, they're all really, really good. You know, what's nice about the Synergy stuff is that it's all very affordable. Like if you want to buy a whole new amplifier with 2 channels, and it's $399. It's a legit tube preamp, and it sounds incredible. When you pair it with the Syn 5050 behind me, it's a legit amp, 100% legit, and it sounds incredible. And you can get all these different flavors, and depending on what mood you're in, like when I get up in the morning, I pour myself a cup of coffee, I grab my guitar, and if I got my Synergy stuff upstairs, which is common, I'll just be like, I'm kind of feeling the Camera Rock today. I fire up the Camera Rock, and I play that for 2 hours, or the Diesel, or the Slow, or the Engel, or, you know, I just, whatever I'm feeling like that day, I'll play it. And it's just nice to have that variety.
Iron Belly's here. He said something, but then he retracted it. So.
Oh, sorry.
So, okay. Let's see. Your question about what the GM thing was. Hughes and Kettner GM40 Deluxe.
Oh.
So you need to demo one, and you'll like it.
Yeah, I would like to demo that. I think Hughes and Kettner, is that more of a rock, straight up rock kind of? Most of their stuff is just straight up rock, you know. I haven't found anything. No, I'm just saying in my experience that they do that will do metal really well. Not to say that it's not good stuff. It's just is it very aggressive? Because I like stuff with a lot of aggression. You know, because I don't use it all. I just like to know that it's there. You know, it's easier to pull aggression back than it is to get it from an amp that doesn't have enough. You know, so.
Bucket is my god says, what do you like about the Synergy SLO module over any of the other Synergy modules?
Oh, we did that already.
And then down here he said, you use the Angle Savage module.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is a creepy, eerie, amazing module. If you want something that's, well, Dave, Dave Seymour plays an Angle. He knows. I mean, that amp is its own thing. It's got its own thing going on, and I've seen Dave play with that live several times. Yeah. Oh my God, that thing swallows the venue up. It's just like, it's just an amazing amplifier. And if you're doing leads on it, and you're doing like, especially with a wah, no other amp sounds like that. It's just got that eerie, quirky, like really awesome, unique tone to it that no other amp will do, especially when you kick in the wah. And I'm going to do an episode on one of these Wednesday nights with all of my Synergy gear, with all of my modules, and I'm going to play them in mixes by themselves. I'm going to go over each one, and we're going to have a great hangout that night because I'm going to show you what all of them sound like, and I'm going to discuss all the pluses about all of them, because not the minuses, because all the ones I own, there's no minuses. They're amazing, you know.
Let's see. How well does the Synergy stuff stack up against Salvation mods? From Scott Schultz.
Great question. The Salvation stuff, okay, so on a Synergy, typically you're going to get 2 channels. Some are voiced the same, and you can use one for rhythm, one for leads. Some are voiced differently, like the Ingle module is voiced quite a bit differently. Just depends on what flavor of each channel that you want. So and some of them share an EQ, some of them have their independent EQs. So there's a pretty good variety there. With the Salvation stuff, though, they weigh more, so they got some hefty components in them, and there's a noticeable difference between how much they weigh. You know, I remember we did that episode, and you were like, "Wow, it's heavier." So with the Salvation stuff is what they do. They like Antonin, he'll make like you can't get a Cameron, anywhere. You can't. They don't make them anymore, and you can't get a Cameron, a bona fide Cameron module made, with Synergy. So what Antonin does is he makes them, and they sound 100% legit. You can't tell the difference between whatever he makes and whatever amp he's mimicking. He nails it right to the floor. There's zero difference between them. And so that's what's so good about the Synergy, or the Salvation stuff, is that he makes stuff that either you can't get from Synergy, or he'll make a different flavor, like the Angel E that he makes is not an Ingle Savage like what you get from Synergy. It's actually Steve Morse's Ingle, signature Ingle amp. So it's a different flavor, So that's what's so great about it. And the thing with Antonin stuff, which is the Salvation audio, is he gives you, instead of 2 channels, he'll give you several modes of that amp, and he'll add different switches. I took my Synergy stuff down. There's like an amp module with you get your volume, gain, bass, mid, treble stuff, but then he'll also add like 4 or 5 switches or 3 switches on there that will change the amp dramatically. That'll give it completely different voicing. So you can get like 12 different voicings on one little module with this guy. And he'll add gain boosts, he'll add all kinds of weird, quirky things on it that the amp really did in real life, and he'll cram it all on this little module with switches. And man, those switches are powerful. They'll add a huge difference in the voicing. So that's
Felix Banana asked, for the Synergy stuff, have you ever A-B'd any of the modules against the real amps back to back?
No, but I'm planning on doing that. I did A-B them against the Salvation stuff that was made to sound like them, and honestly couldn't tell the difference. That's how legit Antonin's stuff is. But that's a good idea. There's people that have, and one of these days I will get around to doing that. It's got to find the real amp. Like I got to find a real Ingle Savage, and A-B them. So
Bucket is my god. In stereo, or maybe studio, he meant. Do you use a different module for each channel, or can you use... Oh, no, he does mean stereo. Or can you use one module in stereo?
Oh, good question. Yeah, you have to use one module. Like, if you have a SYN 2, an SYN 2, it has 2 modules in it. There's no way to run them both at the same time, though. I wish there was, because that would be awesome. The only way around that would be to buy 2 SYN 2s and 2 SYN 5050s. But man, that would be expensive. That would be really expensive.
Maybe Motor City can hook us up. Dave Seymour, we'll have to do the fireball next to your SYN and Salvation stuff.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should, because your amp sounds freaking killer. And you're welcome here anytime. So,
For sure.
Yeah, we'll do chicken, or we could do the shawarma place down the street. Yeah, dude, when you come over next time, we're going to get shawarma. I'm gaining a lot of friends since the shawarma place opened up. They're like, dude, you got shawarma down the street? Yeah, we'll go down there and get some shawarmas.
All right, we had one more comment that you sent to me. Let me grab this one. It's in my messages instead of my gallery. All right, this is from Andrew Smith. I took your advice and ran my Kemper through my Tremoverb rectifier power section, and it sounds incredible. You were absolutely right. I honestly wish I had not bought the powered version because the 6L6 makes it really special. Thanks for the advice.
What was the first part of that? I'm sorry, I was reading
took your advice and ran my Kemper through my Tremoverb rectifier.
Oh, yeah. That was about Do Tubes Matter?
Yeah.
Yes. You're welcome, and thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. I mean, it is amazing. A friend of mine, Steve Shaheen, has a powered Kemper, and I was just talking to him the other day, and he's like, dude, I ran my powered Kemper through a real power section. And he's like, the difference is incredible. So he's like, you should do an episode about that. And I want to, because I already did it with the Helix. Now I want to do it with the Kemper, because, man, I'm telling you, like, and I'll be honest with you, when I heard people saying this before, like, oh, run it through tubes in a real cab, and this is so much better. I'm like, oh, you guys are sniffing corks. Like, it's how much better could it really be? Like, come on, you know what that means, right? Oh, I smell a hint of bourbon and whatever, that's what it seems like.
Stop it, that's you.
But it is. But the thing is, though, is like when you but when you do actually hook your Kemper up, or your any model or anything like that, through a real tube amp and a real cab, oh my God, it's like I'm never going back. Yeah. I'm never going back to anything else. I love my Friedman cabs. I really do. I think they're the best furfurs out there. But furfurs, yeah. But I'll tell you, they have been collecting dust ever since I got my SYN 5050 and real Mesa cabs, and I run everything through those now.
Maybe
and
you need to sell them.
I'm gonna. Actually, I'm
Don't
gonna.
You have some guitars for sale too?
Yeah, they're gonna be going up for sale again.
Dave Seymour says his daughter bought him the air fryer for Christmas, and he just did chicken and pea pods inspired by you. he had sleeves though.
Yeah. Well, then it probably tasted terrible. What the hell, Dave?
So good. That's Jared's signature dish: chicken and pea pods. And I know it sounds weird, but it's so amazing. Good. So amazing. Every time I come over, he's like, want some chicken and pea pods?
Chicken and pea pods?
I'm cooking tonight, chicken and pea pods.
And she starts laughing at me now. She's like, oh, God, that again? But they are good.
It's delicious. Yeah. Who would have thunk it?
Thanks for commenting, Dave. No, I'm glad you liked that. He enjoyed that when we made it.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. And then the rub that we found at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
It's a coffee garlic rub.
Yep.
That he puts on the chicken.
It's unbeatable.
Lord. So yummy. As a matter of fact, the rub is so good that you can't get it. It's a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
So you have to put your name on a list.
Yeah.
And when it comes in the store,
everybody
they call you. Yeah. He reserved a case. He came home with so much rub.
What happened was last year I went in to get it, and they were like, "Oh, we just sold out." I'm like, "When are you getting it?" He's like, "Next year." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" Because I only bought like 3 little cans of it. Yeah. They're only like a couple bucks, like $3.50 or something for a can of this stuff, and you would think it's like the fountain of youth. because when it comes in, people they fight over
Yeah.
it like Christmas shoppers, you know? All of a sudden, nobody has any manners anymore. Everyone's like, that's
so
mine.
I found it the first time and introduced you to it.
Yep.
And I just grabbed one can. I was like, ooh, coffee garlic.
That sounds interesting.
And I brought it over and you fell in love with it.
Yep.
And little did we know that all of the Trader Joe'ers.
Yeah, they're all a bunch of jerks about it.
I know.
So I was a jerk this year. Yes. Guess what I did? So I called the store and I'm like, when are you getting your truck in? They're like, oh, you want that stuff? I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, when you come in, just grab as many as you can because once it's gone, it's gone. And I was like, I missed out last year and this ain't going to happen. They're like, the truck will be here on Wednesday. Well, I got my butt up and drove out there.
He never gets his butt up.
Yeah. I got my butt and the rest of me up. And I drove to Trader Joe's and I found it on the shelf all the way to the front, stocked. And I pulled my cart right up to the edge and I stuck my arm in there. I was like... I left like a couple rows of it, but I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was walked out of there. I'm like, yep, got my rub. I don't care. Someone else would have done it. Yeah. And that was my penance for, for the year before. Yeah, I missed out the year before. So I'm like, I'm getting mine. And I honestly, I've been using it so much, I'm down to like 5 little things of it.
Oh, no. I think I still have 1.5 left, but I only walked away with like 3.
And I gave some to a friend of mine, too. So if he doesn't start using it, I'm going to burglarize his ass.
So if you guys are interested, if you love rub and grilling and all that kind of stuff, I think it's a summer thing, right?
Yeah, spring, like late spring.
June-ish is when they release it. So it's Trader Joe's coffee garlic rub.
Yep, it's their own signature thing.
It's in a little brown tin can, like a shaker tin can.
Is that stuff good?
Yes, a rub hoarder, Dave says.
I am now.
Gravel Rocks. I ran a Friedman BEOD through the front of a... Wow, this is super hard for me. Through the front of a Bugera 333XL Infinitum, and it was incredible. Lord, that was rough. Never mind.
That's good. The BEOD pedal's pretty good. I think I have the Golden Pearl, and pretty soon here I'm going to do an overdrive shootout night where we just shoot out overdrives, and I think that'd be kind of fun too. You want
to get to your...
Yes, I will get to... Let's get to the demos here. Let me flip my...
So say again what you have, because we've got some new people in here.
Okay, so I have the Abasi Pathos. It's basically an amp-in-a-box kind of pedal. Yeah. All right, so... and it's just like a kind of, a high-gain kind of pedal. And how I have it set up right now...
And Motor City lent this to us today, Motor City Guitar.
So how I have it set up is I got the bass at 11, the mids at 11, the treble at like 3 o'clock, the gain all the way up, and the volume all the way up, and I got it set to edge. And don't gain shame me because I have the gain all the way up. It's just a pedal, and it's kind of like a high gain but not high gain pedal. It doesn't have, it's not super aggressive, so I just crank the gain. And I'm going to show you what it sounds like by itself, and then I'm going to push it with the Highwind Amplification Dire Wolf pedal, and the gain's all the way down on that, and everything else is kind of set normal. Volume all the way up, tone in the middle, blend in the middle, and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty simple. There's a lot of switches on it, and I have it dialed in the way I like it. This is a very versatile pedal, so it's got a lot of switches on it. As you can see here,
and then Mike Hasty lent that
1, 2, 3, 4 switches that have like 3-way or 2-way on them. Yeah, Mike Hasty from Walls of Jericho lent that to me, and it's a killer pedal. It really is, and it adds that tightness. It tightens up the bottom end, but it has a bass knob on it, which is great because some guys, when you tighten up the bottom end of an amp with an overdrive, it cuts out too much bass. Well, this allows you to add some of that back in to your taste. And that's what Mike Hasty liked about it so much, is that he likes a bassy amp, but he likes a tight amp too. Yeah. So this kind of gives you the best of both worlds. So you can tailor that tightness. And it adds a nice top end to it. So I'm going to show you what it sounds like without the overdrive first. And then I'm going to go ahead and kick it on. I'll play a couple mixes for you guys, okay? So let me mute the mic here. Let's see what we got. Okay.
No, I can totally tell. I know I usually don't have a lot to say, but I can totally tell what you were talking about, how it clears up the bassy. Usually, when it's very busy down there, I'm like, it just sounds like garbage. It all runs together. It sounds the same. There's no distinction, but there was a lot of distinction.
Yeah,
distinction,
and it's a pretty tight pedal actually, and I haven't even pushed it yet. Yep. So, and signal chain. Pedal's going directly into my Sin 5050 all-tube power amp, and that's going out to a Mesa 212 cab with vintage 30s. It's mic'd with a Sennheiser E609, and it's running straight through a mixer and out to you guys. So that's what you're listening to. So by itself, it actually is pretty freaking tight, you know, and it's got a good amp feel to it, but it's running through a real tube power amp too, so that does help. You know, it does help a little bit. And who's this for? Well, it's for guys who use the pedal platform amps, like a guy that uses like the Rev D20 or something like that, or any other kind of just clean, super clean, flat all-tube power amps, and they want to pick their own pedals, like distortion pedals and stuff like that, amp in a box pedals and stuff like that, and put it through. And I never understood that concept very much for a while. The box concept? Well, the whole clean amp pedal platform amps, until I started getting into these a little more, and I totally get why people like these, because for a couple $100 you can change your whole sound without buying a new amp. So you could buy a new amp in a box pedal for like $150 to $300, right around there, put it through an all-tube pedal platform amp, and now you got a whole new pedal platform amp. Say that 10 times. And now you have a whole new tone and a whole new amp, because this is like an amp in a box. So I think it's a really cool concept, you know. So for guys that like that kind of thing, I would highly suggest this. There's a link for Motor City Guitar below. Click on that, and if you're anywhere in the States, they'll ship it to you, and they have great prices on it. So I'll play a couple more riffs on that, and then I'll pause for a second, and I'm going to turn on the Dire Wolf and show you the difference. Okay, so one second. Okay, so as you heard there, the bottom end tightened up quite a bit, and it got more responsive. And the top end, you could hear all of the pick attack a lot better, and all the little, you know, the whole, that thing, you could hear it so much better. So does it matter? Yeah, it matters. You should always push things if you want things to stand out, you know, and especially in a mix. You know, people like, oh, in a mix it doesn't matter. Yeah, it matters even more, because now all those articulating little things that all the articulation and everything on your riffs is going to come out better, because that's what an overdrive does. It doesn't enhance it enhances what you do, you know. So why not have something that highlights your riffs? Now, here's the thing though, and this is what Mike Hasty was saying to me, is that the reason why he loved this pedal so much is because it's so transparent. As you notice, the tone didn't change. Yep. It just sounded, you know, there was a clarity and more attack there, and it just made it better. But the overall, you know, tone of the pedal didn't change. So what's nice about having a pedal like this to push things with is that when you buy a pedal or an amplifier, you don't have to worry about pairing it with this pedal and having it alter the tone so much that it's like, it doesn't even sound like my amp or my pedal anymore, you know. So I would recommend it. I really would. I'd recommend the Abasi, Pathos as well. If you guys are into that kind of stuff, you know, with the pedal platform amps and like the amp in a box pedals. I mean, this thing's really cool. So let me do this too. I'm going to use, it's on the edge setting. So let me switch it to smooth right now, and then I'll switch it to edge without the overdrive and show you what that sounds like. So that's the difference. It actually added more edge. So it does what it says it's supposed to do. So that was really cool. Almost like what an overdrive does, but it's still got that low end. So this time I'm going to go from smooth to edge, and then I'm going to add the overdrive on the edge and show you what that sounds like. Yeah, that's noticeably better, you know. Level, let's see here. Where's the bass at on this guy? Let's see, level, drive. Add a little more here. A little more of the... So there's no drive on this. So I'm going to put the drive up to like 7 o'clock just for giggles. Let's do a mix real quick. So this is with the pedal on edge and with the Dire Wolf drive on. I'm just going to do a quick mix for you guys. And by the way, stand by because new mixes are coming. It's just a matter of time. I got to get in the studio and do some new tracks for you guys so, you know, no one gets tired of these. I love these tracks and I'll always play them, but I'm going to kind of, you know, siphon them in and out with new stuff as well, just so we can keep it fresh. Yeah, new stuff's always good to have, right? All right, so 1 second here. Wow, that sounded great in my ears anyways. When I watch it back, I'm sure it will. I mean, how did that sound to you guys? You know, if you're doing like a fly date and you want like, you know, or if you just want to simplify your rig and have like maybe an overdrive, a pedal like this, and you already have like a clean power amp or something like that.
Paul Raymond is here, by the way.
Oh, what's up, Paul?
He says, "What's up, sucker?"
What's up, sucker?
Kenny wants to know, did you buy the Invective? Question mark, exclamation point.
Oh, who asked?
Paul.
Oh, Paul.
No.
No, thank God for Motor City Guitar.
Because I'm not wearing new boots.
Yeah. If you see her in new boots, you know I bought something.
That's right.
No, thank God for Motor City Guitar because they're allowing me to take awesome gear home for you guys so that I can do demos on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock for you guys. Live interactive gear reviews is what I call them. And I'll do it in a full mix, a bunch of full mixes, and Paul's the guy that's provided these mixes that you're hearing here. Thanks to him, I have these mixes. So Full Send Studio, that's where he records out of. And so if you want to go there to get some slammin' mixes, man, he's a good guy to go to. Yep, for sure.
Barry wants to know your thoughts, not Barry Maddox, but Barry Prosser. Thoughts on the Mesa Boogie Mini Recto 25? Recto?
The Mini Recto. You know what? I want to. It's the rectifier. Yeah. I haven't played that yet, but I want to really bad. I just did a huge mini amp review on Wednesday, and that might be why he's asking me this. Yeah. He might have seen that. Thank you for your question, but I'm going to get that in here sometime because I know the Rev's coming. The Rev G20, I talked to Rev 2 days ago, and they're like, after NAMM, we'll send you one. So I'm definitely going to be getting that, and I can't wait to get that. Yeah, that's going to be an incredible night for everybody, you know. So, but yeah, I want to do a mini Recto review. And the mini amps, I tell you, it's so easy to underestimate them. I used to. I used to see those things in the store, and I'd be like, "Boop, aren't you adorable?" You know, you little puppy amp. You know, but man, you get these things home and you plug them into your cab and play through them. You're like, "Holy crap, this thing's crazy good." You know, and they're nothing to they're nothing to laugh at. I mean, they're amazing. I wouldn't have bought one if I didn't think so.
Paul said that that's sick, and he's stoked for new tracks.
Good, yeah. Monday, I'm coming down Monday, so we gotta give me a call later.
You better go early.
Why? Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll be going early. Yeah, we got to get all that done.
Barry says that means more boots. Yes. Yes, Barry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Berserkerland Studios, you should post a few tracks and let people record with various equipment. You mentioned that.
I mentioned that, yeah. Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because, like one of the songs, like this one, tonight, if you guys want, I can put these tracks up, and you guys feel free to download them, and you could practice to them and have fun with them. I could put them on YouTube, and people can use YouTube downloader.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I could put them up there, and you guys could practice to them all you want. And this one here, like I call it, that one was standard slammer, and I only said that because it slams and it's in standard tuning. That keeps me knowing what I'm playing. And the next one is majestic slammer, which has like a majestic type solo on the end of it, and it's and I want to see what you guys would write as a solo over top of the solo section on there. And I'm just very interested to see what you guys would write. And then the next one's called Disjointed. All I could say is I could put it up there, but have fun with this one, because this one is like a quirky mess to play to. It's like the time signatures are all over the place. Let me do that one right now in a mix with... So again, I have the Pathos, the Abasi Pathos pedal on the edge mode, and I have the Highwind Dire Wolf pushing it right now, and it sounds incredible to me here anyway. So let me do a quick little thing with this one.
They're saying you should have a contest with it.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine.
Every time we try to do a contest where there's a winner, people get super upset.
I know. Well,
upset.
But usually it's groups of people that own gear. This would be interesting, but yeah, I would be happy to post those up.
What's the prize?
Whoever wins gets to buy her a pair of boots. What an honor that is. No, we'll figure something out. I really want to figure something out. Maybe we can do something where if it's a contest, it's a lighthearted kind of thing. Yeah. Or whatever, but I've been wanting to post some of these mixes up.
Send a Tone Wars shirt.
You get some stuff from us. We'll send you some merch type stuff, and I think it would be really fun. I really do, and I want to see what you guys would write as far as solos go, because it's like we say all the time, music's the art of thieves. So I want to see what kind of riffs I can steal from you guys. You know what I mean? Why not? That's what it's about. All right, so let me do Disjointed and see if I can play this properly. 1 second. Yeah, I got off a little on one of those spots, but yeah, that's a hard song. You got to really be concentrating on that, when you're playing that. So, unless you practice it a lot, then it's probably easier. But that's a crazy song to play, But this what I was noticing when I was playing these two together is that all of the the riffs, all the different little triplets and the little weird stuff I was throwing in there really stood out really well. And these are a good pair, to be honest with you. I would go with I'd go with either one of these. I really would. I think that again, if you guys are in the market
what
for,
do you use? Because those aren't yours.
No, these aren't mine.
You're not going to buy them.
No, because I have so much stuff. Yeah. See, I did this because there's guys that watch the channel that want to know what kind of amp-in-a-box pedals to get. And I'm telling you, if you're in the market for an amp-in-a-box pedal, that Abasi is amazing. It's really full. And if you pair it with your amp, which is what you would do anyways, it's going to sound amazing with it because the amp adds that amp feel and that fullness and that nice bottom end and top end to it. And then this just gives you that tone, like a preamp would, that you like so much. And, man, this thing just sounds incredible. It sounds really good.
Hi, Jay.
Oh, hey, what's up, Jay? And in my ears, like in these in-ears here, I can hear the speakers bouncing around. And it really just sounds really cool. So we're moving some good air, and it sounds great with this, paired with my power amp. So, yeah, I like it a lot.
Let's see. How does the overdrive pedal compare to your precision drive from Helix Banana?
Oh, good question. I would say that this one, because it has more switches and stuff on it, might be a little more switches. It might be a little more versatile. I'm very happy with my precision drive.
Super happy. He loves it.
Yeah, I love that thing. I think it's amazing. I think that they both do a lot of the same stuff. But this one, it has a bite, growl, more, and a boost switch on it. So it's just got more stuff.
A bite and a growl.
Bite, growl, more, or mode. Is it mode? Yeah, this really weird writing here. Yeah, bite, growl, mode, and boost switches on it. And they all do different stuff. Some of it's subtle, some of it's pretty, noticeable. So
Jay says, dude, did your shirt grow sleeves?
Yes, it did. Yeah. It's a sleeve day. Yeah. It sounds papery.
It does. It's a little crunchy. It looks good on you, though.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, well,
like your shirts today.
This whole
lots
thing.
Lots of shirt comments.
Yeah, lots of shirt comments. It's laundry day, so I had to put this on.
Let's see. Berserkerland Studios says, when I was like, what's the prize for shirts? He said he doesn't have enough black t-shirts. And then Helix Banana, lighthearted, just like the Kemper versus the X3.
Yeah, that turned out, man, I got so much hate from that. And it wasn't even my fault the XFX3 lost. It's like, it's a blind shootout, guys. Get over it.
Oh, man.
Everybody's like, oh, you're just a Kemper fanboy and you've stacked the deck. Like, dude, okay. No, I didn't.
Jeff Cornell, on the mini amps, which one did you think was the quietest on the distortion channel?
Oh, gosh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
The Mesa. The Mesa was the quietest, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that thing.
Distortion channel?
Yeah, it was the quietest.
There you go.
Yep, the other ones are really, like the EVH and the 6505 are just gnarly amps, But with a good overdrive, or a good, gate, I mean, it's fine.
Bruce Clark, this was from a few minutes ago, 810. What is the Rev G20, a new amp head? He says, no boots yet.
Yeah, it's the new Rev 20 watt amp that's coming out. They're releasing it at NAMM. So I wanted to get one for a review. Ola England reviewed it. And so like that, I got up a couple mornings ago and I got like 5 people like in my hey dude, check this out. And
spending
I'm like,
your money for you, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go look into this. And so I called Rev. And by the way, they're really cool people. They're in Canada, so Canada's known to be very polite people. So, and they carried that very well. They were very polite and very helpful and nice. And they were like, yeah, we would love to give you one, but we're going to NAMM. We're all packed up for NAMM. But when we get back, we will send you one to borrow. Obviously, they're not going to give me one to keep. I wish they would. But that would be nice. And I'll get to at least borrow it for the episode and do a live stream with you guys with it, and we can all check it out together because I really look forward to that big time. Jay, Warm Chord Music, owns the Rev Generator 120.
And I like it.
Oh my God, he brought that thing over here, and holy crap, that amp is amazing. Really, really, really good amp.
And it's pretty.
Yeah, it's red, and it lights up nice, and you can actually customize. You can get your own Tolex colors. You can pick out whatever color you want.
They make it in purple.
Yep, they'll make it in purple if you want. They'll put your name on it, so when it lights up, you see your name.
I mean, Carrie.
Yeah.
I can see my name on your amp?
No, I'm gonna.
Hey.
You're gonna have to buy me a pair of boots.
Boots.
Yeah.
The front of your amp.
Depending on how much people had to drink, they might read that wrong and be like, "Does that say what I think it says?" What the hell did you put that on there for?
Let's see. Jay says it's a high version of the D20, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High gain version, yeah.
Yeah, high gain.
Mm-hmm. Because the D20 is a pedal platform type unit. Yep.
We are kind of caught up on the comments
caught up?
there.
All
Yeah,
right,
we got 22 people here, though.
Oh, sweet, man. Well, we really appreciate you guys. 23 is what I got.
That says 22.
Well, you behind.
Ooh, Daryl says he loves his new Rev Generator 740 Mark II. Okay,
I want one. I want one so bad. That's definitely... Rev is on my bucket list of amplifiers. Yeah. Honestly, so is this guy. I'm lucky to have this here.
I would love to go to the Maldives. That's on my bucket list.
Well, let's take one of these amps with us. No, I can't wait to fire this up for you guys Wednesday night.
Have you seen the Maldives?
Oh, yeah. With the huts?
With the huts and the ocean.
Yeah.
You just walk out of your little hut on the ocean, and you can have crystal clear waters.
Yeah, that is cool.
Your little cabana boy brings breakfast in bed.
How much did you have to... Oh, my... Her whiskey's gone. You know it's gone when she's talking about cabana boys.
What?
You should probably start drinking some of that water.
Took some water. Okay. Super downer.
Cabana boys. Your cabana boy brings you breakfast?
In the Maldives.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You don't even know what to do with yourself right now.
I'm just going to play some guitar awkwardly. Yeah. Yeah, so anyways.
Anyway, it's on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's on the bucket list. But yeah, tune in Wednesday night at 7 Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing a full demo with the PV Invective 120. And I can't wait to dial this thing in and get to know it because it's going to be incredible. What you laughing about?
Everybody's talking about boots. Barry says the amp should say, "Here come the boots."
Here come the boots.
Berserkerland Studios, mine says 19.
19, huh?
Yeah, and then Bruce says the Rev G20 should be killer with some nice boots. And then Jay says, "I wonder what $2,700 worth of boots would look like in your closet."
Man.
Yes.
You don't have room. She'd have to get a new closet. Yeah. Jeez, man. Her closet, jeez.
Catching on.
Probably filled.
See, that's what happens when you put things out to the universe. I gotta up my game. Maldives. We're gonna start talking about the Maldives trip.
Okay. Well. I had cabana boys, apparently. Yeah, so anyways, what time is it?
8:22.
8:22. Let me do one more mix with these pedals.
You embarrassed me.
And I burst you?
Embarrassed me.
I didn't embarrass you.
You embarrassed me.
Yeah, well, you said cabana boy. Let me do one more quick little mix here. Let me do the standard slammer again. And we'll read them a couple more comments and call it a night. So let me do that real quick.
Make them good comments.
Yeah, because I want you guys to really hear these pedals, and I want to hear it again too. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're in the market for like a good overdrive, this Dire Wolf it's amazing. It's very versatile, very very transparent. It doesn't change the tone of your amp. It just makes it do what you want it to do. And it adds that nice top end and tightens up the low end very well. And the Pathos, if you're an amp in a box guy, man, I'm telling you, that thing is killer. Really nice. You got to crank the gain, but whatever. Who cares? It's got enough if you crank it. 1 second. Wow, that sounds really good. I love the top end of that. It's just got a nice cut to it. You know, it's not as full as some of the amps I had here on Wednesday night, but I mean it's a pedal, you know, and it's going through the power section of this amp, which you know the Sin 5050, which really does a great job with it. But man, it's darn close. And yeah, and if you're like I said, if you're an you know, amp in a box kind of guy, oh my God, that really does sound really good.
Barry asked, "Is it better than the Nameless Suite?"
I haven't played any of the DSPs yet, or the you know, the VSTs or whatever you want to call them. I haven't played any of those yet. It's something I want to get into and start playing more. DSPs, yeah. So it's all the computer type stuff, the amps, you know, on the computer where you download it, and it's just like it's a VST. You just play it, and a lot of guys use it, and you know, in their software, or their recording software. But I have to get into that stuff to start reviewing that because it is a huge thing now. So, and the thing that's nice about those is it's great for reamping because you can record with those and get a really good kind of feel. Turn that cab off here. Turn that off. Yeah, you can get a great feel and enjoy recording your tracks and then reamp it later if need be. But a lot of guys aren't reamping anymore. They're kind of using the, you know, like the Fortin, Nameless, and all that kind of stuff. And this stuff sounds really good. So,
when are you going to do the Rev 20 review?
It's probably going to be... I'll be after NAMM, probably be a couple weeks after NAMM at the earliest. Yeah, because he said they're all packed up and they're all like all the amplifiers that they have made are all spoken for right now. Probably for reviewers and stuff like that. So he's like, well, as soon as you know, we get back, you know, we can talk about sending you one and stuff like that. So I'm thinking probably late January, early February, but I know that a lot of these companies, when they get back, they're like, I need a week. I need a week to just forget about everything. So,
all right. Well, we don't have any new comments. We've got 17 people. So.
All right, cool. Well, hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed the little, you know, the mixes and the pedals and stuff like that.
We always enjoy the banter.
Yes, we do. We always love the comments and, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's what this is about. We just want to hang out and have a good time with you guys. So, but stay tuned for this guy Wednesday night. We will be doing a full-blown playthrough with maybe some new mixes. It just depends on if we get everything done tomorrow with Paul. If not, we'll be the standard mixes. But hey, who cares? You know, we'll make it happen. But I'll be playing stuff by itself, with mixes, all that stuff. So, and very soon we'll be doing John Petrucci Gear Night, which is going to be freaking awesome.
Oh, I'm going to eat cake.
Yeah, guitars and pedals and amps and
cake.
Yeah, all kinds of
Everybody
stuff.
has to buy cake for that night, so we all have cake
chocolate
together.
Cake. You always
we'll announce it, so you know.
You have to have some chocolate cake with us, because it's going to be good. And for those that aren't in the know, his tone, everybody compares it to seven-layer chocolate cake. So we're going to have to have chocolate cake that night. So, yeah. And then what else we got?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Everybody's saying goodnight.
Yeah.
Good night. I got
Good night.
a little sip. See, I didn't drink it all.
Okay.
I got one sip left.
All right, Cabana.
Delicious.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate every one of you, and we will see you on Wednesday night at 7 Eastern Standard Time.
8. Sorry.
Huh?
It'll be 8.
7.
8.
Why 8?
Because it's 8. You switched it whatever to 7 last week, but 8 is the normal time.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it'll be 8 Eastern Standard Time. All right. See you guys later. All right.